Hi, it's Kelly back here with you again. A few years ago, I was a regular parenting expert featured on a New York radio station in which we did a call-in show with parents on their way to work. Many of the questions I received was around challenges with sibling rivalry and self-esteem, which will be revealed to you in the next two parenting myths. The one we're going to work on today is parenting myth number 4 of our 5, which is the worst behaved sibling is the problem. Today's parenting truth is a particularly important one to understand if you have more than one child, but I urge you to keep listening to me now if you have an only child too, as often only children can establish sibling-like issues with their friends, even sometimes with one of their own parents. Plus, no matter how many kids you have, understanding the realities of this parenting myth will broaden your understanding of child psychology, which can be mighty useful going forward with your kids, but also going forward when you are with your children's friends. Now, when parents of more than one child come to me for help, they often come to me because they are concerned about one particular child. Often, there is at least one child who is the good one, and at least one, as you guessed it, the bad one, or the problem child. Yet while I listen to these parents share about the various or challenging problem behaviors they encounter with this one child, in the back of my mind, I am always equally concerned about the good one, the one who is deemed by their parents as being the good student, the helpful child, even the responsible child. Now, why am I equally concerned about the golden behaved child? It's simple, because often the good one's self-esteem is totally dependent upon being better than their sibling, or in the case of an only child, being better than their friends or even a parent. When unhealthy competition exists, a child will fail to seek personal excellence. Instead, their esteem feeds off being better than others. Generally, this approach is totally unconscious. Yet when a pecking order exists in siblings and friendships that is founded on unhealthy self-esteem, where a child's belief is, I matter only when I behave or am better than my sibling or friends, trouble can be brewing in the not-so-distant future. Why? Because down the road, at some point, your child will inevitably encounter someone better than them in a particular area. And when challenged in this way, they can find they are suddenly pushed off their perfect pedestal and they can start to struggle big time. Now, you may understandably argue, well, at least the good child is doing good. And in the short term, indeed, this may be a good thing. At least it's easier, right? But where it gets sticky is when we look at the long-term effects of the golden child position. Pressure can take its toll. Things like anxiety, even depression, can be the result when they begin to doubt or wonder if they can maintain their superstar status, or when they see some of it begin to evaporate as others around them start to excel. The amazing thing is, if I start to guide a parent with common sense, joyfully parenting strategies that inspire the underdog or misbehaving sibling to thrive, without also supporting the good one to boost their healthy self-esteem, when left unchecked, a behavioral seesaw can occur in the family. This means that the well-behaved child can suddenly resort to misbehaviors to the great disbelief and frustration of their parents. This is why I spend so much time in my Joyfully Parenting Mastery program and in my blog material delving into how to boost your children's self-esteem in a healthy way, so they are internally motivated to achieve personal excellence throughout their life, not basing their success upon what others may or may not do. This type of encouragement is an art, but it can be learned over a relatively short period of time. Quickly, here are 3 things I want you to get good at if you are not already. This is 1. Focus on the strengths of each of your children and do all you can to keep noticing them. Sometimes misbehaviors can overshadow our ability to notice what is already working well. It is much easier to harness your child's desire for change when you also have a good handle on their strengths and can build upon them. Number 2, make pointing out other strengths commonplace in your home. Notice aloud the strengths of your children's friends and other people in your life. The purpose of doing so is to help your child realize that everyone has different strengths, which can help to become more of a team player and can help them to raise their healthy self-esteem too. Lastly, stay away from comparisons at all costs, even if it is only in your head. This is where it can get a bit challenging. Definitely, you want to notice other strengths, but if your real purpose is to underhandedly get your child to be more like their sibling or their friends, it will often backfire on you with more power than a skilled thrown boomerang. Children can sniff out disingenuous compliments and covert intentions from their parents better than a dog drug sniffer at an airport. Please don't make this mistake. When you overly praise one child with the purpose of having another child pull up their socks and do better, the struggling child can feel the pressure and unconsciously act even worse in that particular area. Healthy self-esteem is a critical piece. This is why the next and last parenting myth, number 5 in our series, can help point you in the right direction of boosting your child's healthy self-esteem even more.